One Zambia, one nation. This is Zanis News with me, Amos Zulu. The headlines. DMMU delivers food to Mchinga flood victims. Government to embark on water projects. Plus, early marriages worry Lusaka DC. And now the news in detail. The Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, in Mchinga Province has delivered more than 20 bags of relief food to affected families in Katongo, Kapala, and Chikwanda areas whose roofs were blown off due to heavy rains. Mpika District Commissioner David Siame said that government has decided to deliver relief food while they wait for a permanent solution. Peggy Gutinyu now reports.
2 weeks ago, they had their roofs blown off while some homes collapsed and maize fields in some areas submerged in water due to heavy rains accompanied by strong winds. Today, government has come to their aid.
We've come with the mealie meal and also dates. So that is assistance we're giving them at the moment. They've appealed to us to assist them, either some simple building materials, cement, things like roofing sheets, so that they can make repairs to the roofs that were blown off and damaged.
Government is happy that some families have come up with temporary solutions to their plight.
Twatotera pantu twasanga kwebati na muvombera pali uyu mutengo. Nombepo mwayikatana mwabomba umusango uyu bako batinya ndai kwatokupona. Twatotera sana nga district administrations.
The affected residents have expressed gratitude to government.
If pefe ari munganda fionse tatwachitsema neju kufunya kairi mfya tashani ya fika fertilizer ya ribombere munganda mo yawo na ikira
natotera sana pakutukiranga mwe buteko nangoni papyeko tumanji kukwena kuti mulete fine twakutoresha omba more save yana maka amikunkumba na kabiri.
Peggy Gutinyu for Zanis in Mpika, Mchinga Province.
Peggy Gutinyu there. And now in Central Province, government is impressed with Sebo Zinc Limited in Kabwe for partnering with 70 local, small and medium entrepreneurs, SMEs, for supplying over 36,000 tons of copper-bearing materials per year. Information and Media Permanent Secretary Kennedy Kalunga, who conducted a familiarization tour of the company with his Central Province counterpart, Miuna Mwanankampwe, is impressed that the company has also employed 300 youths. Simeon Mbewe has the details.
Sebo Zinc in Kawe is among the few mining firms which has registered and partnered with over 70 local, small and medium entrepreneurs, SMEs, to supply copper-bearing materials to be processed into finished copper cathodes. Media and Information Permanent Secretary Kennedy Kalunga, with his Central Province counterpart, Miuna Mwanankampwe, toured the plant to familiarize themselves on how the firm is sharing the profit with the local suppliers of the copper ore.
Yeah. What we want is, as government, we want local Zambians to be able to invest in Zambia so that they employ the local Zambians. We want money to be the end result. The Zambian also should have a share of the national cake, like what we are seeing here at Sebo Zinc. That's our appeal. And we want also to encourage the businessmen there who are there. Register your company, follow all the procedures, go to mines, apply for a license, apply for ZRA, and Sebo Zinc here they are saying, if you are a registered organization, bring your raw materials.
Central Province Permanent Secretary Miuna Mwanankampwe says the suppliers of the copper ores are helping government to implement developmental projects through tax contributions.
SMEs, and if indigenous SMEs are allowed and given the leverage to deliver to Sebo, then it means therefore indirectly or directly we are empowering our citizens. And also you go further, you realize that they are not involved in illegalities. They look for people who have mineral trading licenses and other licenses that will make sure that government gets something out of the people who are trading with Sebo. But
separates us from the rest of the mining houses in Zambia is our ability to deal with the small scale and medium entrepreneurs who have, access to minerals, specifically copper, or indeed copper tailings. It's very difficult to trade in copper. However, if you have partners that you can work with and share based on genuine transactions, based on compliance, I think that is what Seposing brings to the table.
For Zanis, I'm Simeon Mbewe in Kabwe, Central Province.
We now move to Nakonde, where Minister of Water Development and Sanitation, Mike Mposha, has disclosed that his ministry has plans of embarking on fresh projects that will enhance the distribution of water in the country. Titani Zulu reports.
In an effort to ensure quality water supply in the country, government through the Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation has embarked on a familiarization tour to inspect ongoing water projects in various provinces. During the visit to Nakonde district in Muchinga province, the Minister of Water Development and Sanitation reviewed government's intentions to enhance water distribution in the district.
We as a ministry want to ensure that all the ongoing projects are financed and see to it that they are completed before we can begin to plan new projects. The President and the new Dawn government has placed a high premium on the water sector. The President, you've been hearing, has been emphasizing on the need for us to improve water supply and the sanitation services.
The minister also acknowledged the different hindrances that the company in charge of supplying water in the district is currently facing.
You may, to achieve the required standard in terms of quality of water to be supplied, you may need to also put some chemicals, which becomes very expensive to treat. So I hear you from that point that we have a huge challenge here, but also the fact that the stream and eventually the dam dries up. Because what you need a source which gives you water throughout the year.
Meanwhile, Chambeshi Water Supply and Sanitation Company officials highlighted how their operations are undertaken at the plant.
Compact, meaning all the facilities for filtration, chemical dosing, the reservoirs, and also the pressure filters are all here in one place. And we also have the chemical house where we are treating and doing the filtration of the water that we saw. In fact, when you look at the stream itself, it carries all sorts of objects, empty bottles, plastics, and of course a lot of silt. So to mitigate against the siltation of the dam, we actually installed some silt traps to keep the silt away from the dam. But
Titani Zulu, reporting for Zanis in Nakonde district, Muchinga province.
And in Kasama, Helen Bwalia reports that Northern is one of the provinces grappling with high levels of stunting and malnutrition. To address this, government, in partnership with Scaling Up Nutrition Technical Assistance Center, have remained committed to ensure the provision of safe and clean water.
The importance of safe and clean water cannot be ignored as far as fighting stunting and malnutrition is concerned. And to comprehensively deal with malnutrition in Kasama district, Scaling Up Nutrition Technical Assistance (SANTIE), in collaboration with government, has continued rehabilitating boreholes to improve water supply and sanitation. Kasama District Commissioner Elizabeth Goma has since commissioned 13 boreholes dotted in different villages in the district.
The funding for this project is in line with the United States government's official development assistance policy of clean and safe drinking water. This program is specifically designed to contribute to stunting reduction for improved nutrition. A month ago, I commissioned 10 boreholes. Today, I'm commissioning 13 boreholes in the district.
And SANTIE Project Chief of Party, Karen Doe, in a speech read by District Manager Patrick Kavanda, said the project is keen to improve access to clean and safe drinking water.
To comprehensively deal with the problem of malnutrition, we need a variety of approaches, and the importance of safe and clean water cannot be overemphasized in fighting stunting. The USAID Santi project, working with the NFNC, is keen to improve access to clean and safe drinking water in all 13 districts.
And community members have commended the government for its efforts to address the water challenges. Helen Walia for Zanis in Kasama, Northern Province.
And in Lusaka Province, government is concerned with the continued reports of adolescent pregnancies and early marriages among school-going children in Lusaka District. District Commissioner Rosa Zulu is saddened that Twashuka Combined School in Kanyama recorded 7 cases of adolescent pregnancies last year. Winnie Mwelwa has the details in this report.
Lusaka District Commissioner Rosa Zulu has bemoaned the continued cases of teenage pregnancies among adolescents in the district. Mrs. Zulu expressed sadness following the report that last year, 7 girls at Twashuka Combined School in Kanyama dropped out of school due to early pregnancies. She has implored the school management to speak against teenage pregnancies and early marriages.
Let's try by all means to encourage children to go to school than getting married so early. Early marriage is not good. We have now given free education. There's no need of children going for marriages. They'll find marriage at the right time.
Twashuka Combined School Deputy Head Teacher says the re-entry policy is helping to return learners to the school.
The re-entry policy is working. Just make the child sign the maternity leave, and after delivery, we readmit them.
Okay.
Later, the district commissioner also encouraged learners to concentrate on their studies and avoid indulging in sexual activities at the tender age.
I hope no one is going to be pregnant at that tender age. It is not good. Can we concentrate? The government has given you free education. Why should you rush to be pregnant at your age?
Experts are unanimous that the issue of teenage pregnancies and early marriages is one that Zambia should confront. Winnie Mwelwa, Zanis, Lusaka.
Thank you so much, Winnie Mwelwa there. And we move to Sioma District in Western Province, where a cashew farmer who ventured into the growing of the crop in 2017 is appealing to government to consider finding a ready and genuine market for selling her cashew nuts. Josephine Mwimana of Sikuli village in Angweshi area of Sioma District says some cashew nut buyers are taking advantage of the cashew nut farmers and buying their crop at a cheaper price. Ms. Mwimana, who owns 116 cashew nut trees, ventured into growing the crop in 2017. Ikachana Sindala has the rest of the story.
Cashew is said to be a high-value cash crop, and if properly ventured into, growing the crop can bring wealth to the country and transform some people's lives, as its value per ton on the world market is more than that of copper. In Western Province, where most farmers ventured into the farming business of the crop in 2017 and have now started harvesting, ready and genuine market for the cashew nuts is what seemed to be a problem to Josephine Mwimana and other rural farmers.
Noluyeza bakensa kwino lubulererwa kulizina ni masherenye. Niba mukafuma na masherenye sina hamubona. Cholero nani 2 years ngerulekisa. Ege kuli mulekise zo wakwakala luzivinjuka swana nifa. Kona lubatiye kubona kuli kambene bakachincha mulekise zo mwendine lukanopa. Seru kupa fya kimina kuzwera pili kuli likaze zirekwe.
Meanwhile, another cashew farmer in the area, Nalishebo Stongo, who was privileged to go to Tanzania on a study tour, told the minister that he saw potential in cashew growing and that if seriously ventured into, could help transform people's lives.
Nibaniketire banjimo kuya kwa Tanzania. Miko Tanzania nizo tutazengata. Kambira lilaterera nilukafumani unange wa Tanzania. kanitoba ningana kanibona kuli kantima kesho akwapata akanitusa.
And Western Province Minister Kapelwa Mbangweta says cashew has a lot of potential, hence Zambian farmers can do well like those in Tanzania.
From what I've seen myself, when we went to Tanzania with some of these farmers, this has a lot of potential. If the Tanzanians could do it to the extent that now they are producing 318,000 metric tons of cashew, and they are aspiring to get to 700,000. It means that the crop could be a better replacement for a lot of things, maybe including copper in our case.
Cashew growing in Western Province is a $55.42 million United States dollars loan from African Development Bank and is being implemented in 10 districts by the Cashew Infrastructure Development Program, CIDP, where Charles Chilea is the coordinator and with technical support from the Ministry of Agriculture. Ikacha Nasindala, Zanis, Sioma District, Western Province.
We move to Chirundu District, where the District Commissioner Patrick Kasambila says government is revamping the livestock subsector because of its immense potential to contribute meaningfully to the country's gross domestic product, GDP. Mr. Kasambila has, however, noted that the livestock subsector faces a number of challenges, such as prolonged droughts, dwindling pastures for animals, and livestock diseases, especially among small-scale farmers. More in this report.
The livestock industry is increasingly becoming a vital part of Zambia's agricultural sector. The sector, if fully developed, has a great potential for wealth creation, especially among the small-scale farmers across the country. However, the sector faces a myriad of teething problems. Chief among them is livestock diseases.
The government of His Excellency, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, President of the Republic of Zambia, endeavors to promote initiatives and programs which intend to better the livelihood of the rural Zambians by enhancing livestock production.
In Lusaka Province, under the Enhanced Smallholder Livestock Investment Program, ESLIP, government, with support from partners, is training community livestock facilitators in a bid to improve active disease surveillance, among many others. According to Lusaka Province Livestock Coordinator Kawe Puta, said government is working on enhancing and sustaining food security levels.
The new dawn is even more serious in promoting livestock production. With your training, you bridge that gap where there are no livestock assistants, where there are no veterinary assistants. You assist, not only for yourselves or your animals, but also for others, as you saw one of our farmers demonstrating. He has learned through the same system.
With this level of political will and commitment, these community livestock facilitators are of the firm view that the sector is a game changer in government's poverty reduction strategies.
Section of our farming programs in our country to be expanded, and so that every household has got a contribution and they are able to raise some form of livestock to sustain their nutritional needs, and also livestock can be used as an income generating program. So every household can have a few chickens. When they have no money, they can sell some birds and they can multiply them within a short time.
Zanis reports in Chirundu District of Southern Province.
We continue with the news. The Copperbelt Investment Expo held in 2019 has continued yielding positive results, as evidenced from the increased investment coming to the province. Feburary Limited is one of the companies that was birthed as a result of the successful investment expo and has so far employed over 120. Lakson Makosa has the detail.
Government policies aimed at creating a conducive environment to hold the much-needed investment for socio-economic development is yielding positive results. One such company that has taken advantage of the enabling environment being created by government is Feburary Limited on the Copperbelt province. The company has invested massively in the setting up of a non-alcoholic beverage plant. The coming of the plant has helped in creating job opportunities with over 100 unskilled workers employed so far.
Gone out there to bring in people who don't even have certificates, and we have trained them. We have brought engineers from Kenya, we have brought engineers from Germany, and they're working together with people with just grade 12 certificates.
And Copperbelt Provincial Forest Officer says the department is targeting to raise 2 million nurseries of mangoes with a view to meet the demand for mangoes required to produce pulp juice at the plant.
If many people can have as many mangoes as possible, we have these opportunities. We have been told by the CEO for this company that they need millions and millions of mangoes and pulp.
The environment is right for investment, even here on the Copperbelt province. We have plenty of land, plenty of resources that can be exploited.
And BIZ expressed optimism that the buying of mangoes locally will contribute in uplifting the plight of the ordinary Zambians.
What has been exciting is that they want to go local, 100% local, on the raw materials that they use to produce these drinks. Currently, they are importing over 50 containers worth $40,000 each from outside Zambia.
Feburary Limited is also this year expected to commission a milling plant. For Zanis, I'm Lakson Makodza.
As we end the news, a 15-year-old physically challenged boy of Ilundu area in Limulunga district of Western Province is serving the social cash transfer by monthly allowance to secure an artificial leg. Ngenda Siwana Soto, who is currently in grade 9 at Ilundu Primary School, says he wants to get the artificial leg because he is having difficulties walking using crutches.
Many vulnerable people, especially those in rural areas, have greatly benefited from government through the social cash transfer program being implemented by the Department of Social Welfare. Some have ventured into businesses, while others in agriculture income-generating activities. But for a 15-year-old physically challenged Ngenda Siwana Soto, the bi-monthly allowance is being saved in order to buy an artificial leg.
I have kept the money I received last month. I told my mother to save it for me. I want to raise money to buy an artificial leg because I'm facing challenges walking using my crutches. I thank government for this program.
And Ilundu area Induna, Lodwe Muyunda, and Mira Ward Councillor Akabondo Ndandula appealed to government to consider increasing the number of beneficiaries in order to capture more vulnerable people.
We appeal to government to increase on the number of beneficiaries. Usually, when there is community work at the school, people refuse to work, saying only beneficiaries should work.
All I can ask is that to have the increment in terms of the number. They're looking at the district level, because the problem being faced in Mure Ward is the problem being faced in Angola Ward. Some people being faced in Limulunga Ward as well. So I think the only thing I can say that at the national level, cash transfer program being sponsored by social welfare, at least to pump money for Limulunga because it is so vast.
Meanwhile, the Limulunga District Social Welfare Officer Kuzoya Musoni disclosed that new beneficiaries have been recruited and further stated the role of the new CWACs that have been formed.
The total number of beneficiaries in Limulunga is about 5,863, and the new beneficiaries who are recently enumerated were about 516. The CWAC members represent the office. In case if the beneficiary goes out of the district, goes somewhere else, they inform us. They also mobilize the beneficiaries.
Sifue Mwangala, Zanis, Limulunga, Western Province.
That story brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, the headlines again. DMMU delivers food to Muchinga flood victims. government to embark on water projects. Plus, early marriages worry Lusaka DC. On behalf of the entire Zanis production team, I am Amos Zulu. Bye-bye.